You checked into the hotel room and everything looked perfect. The bed was soft. The pillows were fluffed. The room was dark and quiet. But you couldn't sleep. Not really. You tossed, you turned. You blamed the mattress, the sounds in the hallway, the strange smell of the sheets. But none of that was the real reason. The real answer is far stranger. Part of your brain was standing guard, and it never actually let you rest. In 2016, sleep researcher Yuka Sasaki and her team at Brown University put people in a sleep lab for 2 nights. On the first night, something odd happened. One side of the brain slept lighter than the other. It stayed more alert. It reacted faster to strange sounds. Scientists call this the first night effect, and it happens to almost everyone. Your brain is not broken. It is doing exactly what it was built to do. Why would half a brain stay awake while the rest of you dreams? This is not anxiety. It is not insomnia in the way doctors usually mean it. Sasaki's data showed the vigilant hemisphere responding to unexpected sounds within milliseconds, even while the person stayed asleep. The brain wasn't panicking, it was working a shift. Look at dolphins. Look at some birds. They sleep with one half of the brain at a time, called unihemispheric sleep. One eye stays open. One hemisphere watches for predators while the other rests. Humans do not sleep that dramatically, but in an unfamiliar place, your brain edges toward that same old strategy. It splits the difference between rest and readiness. Think about what an unfamiliar room actually meant for most of human history. It was not a hotel. It was a strange cave, a new camp, an unfamiliar patch of forest. Every unknown space carried the same risk. A predator could be near. A rival group could be near. Sleep, for your ancestors, was never guaranteed to be safe. A group that fell completely unconscious, all at once, all night, would not have lasted long. Evolution does not reward total surrender in an uncertain world. It rewards a compromise. Rest enough to recover. Stay alert enough to survive the night. That compromise is still running inside you, right now, every single time you close your eyes somewhere new. Anthropologist Carol Worthman spent years studying sleep across cultures that never used electric light. She found something researchers had assumed for decades was simply wrong. Traditional societies do not sleep in one long, unbroken block. They sleep in shifts, wake in the night, talk, tend the fire, then drift back down. Someone in the group is almost always slightly aware. The group sleeps, but the group is never fully unguarded. Sleep scientist Jerome Siegel at UCLA studied modern hunter-gatherer groups, including the Hadza in Tanzania, to test old assumptions about sleep before electricity existed. He found no evidence that ancient humans slept longer or better than people do now. What he found instead was vigilance woven into rest itself. Sleep was never meant to be total surrender. So when you lie awake in a new bedroom, a new apartment, a new house on vacation, you are not failing at sleep. You are running an inheritance. A small, ancient sentry inside your skull is still checking the exits. That is why the unfamiliar creak of a stranger's floorboard wakes you instantly, while the creak of your own floorboard at home never does. Your brain already filed that sound as safe months ago. It stopped listening. In a new place, nothing has been filed yet. Everything is still a question mark. Here is the part that should make you feel better, not worse. The effect fades fast. Sasaki's team found the asymmetry mostly disappeared by the second night. Once your brain logs a space as safe, it stops standing guard. It lets go. Tonight, you will probably fall asleep in the same bed you always do, and you will not think twice about it. But somewhere behind your closed eyes, an old and careful watchman is still on duty, deciding, night after night, whether it's safe enough to finally stand down.